Today I'm going to be talking about a garden demonstration that we're doing. Gardening is a important part of our life here, and especially now the public or the population is experiencing the non-communicable diseases. First of all, what I want to introduce here is gardening, but not the way we understand or the way we normally do gardening. When we do gardening, normally we improve the soil quality. We select the area which is with soil fertility, and then if we need to enrich the soil, we bring in compost. In this case, we're doing it differently. We are making the compost right in the garden. So you will be seeing we have some mesh wire net here that is filled with compost material. We're planting already. So the advantage of this is, one, when we bring the compost to our garden, we plant, and after 1 or 2 cycles of crop, the compost is gone in the soil. We need to go back to the source and bring. In our case here, we don't run out of compost. We don't go back to look for it because it's right there in the garden. This is one way I'm trying to demonstrate and illustrate that it can be done. Normally when we do gardening, we say you go select an area with very good soil. Not in this case. What we need, the only thing we need for this demonstration or the gardening here, we need an area which has sunlight. This area here is the topsoil has been removed, and most of the soil here is clay. We bring in the compost here and we're gardening, we're farming. The other requirement to have a garden, and some other program will tell you that you have accessibility. You can go to it. For instance, if you're selecting a good soil, you might do your garden on the other side of a river, and then when it's raining and it's flooding, you don't get there. You cannot go there. What we're doing here, we are very accessible to the road. We just park right there and walk 10 steps and we're in the garden already. Why are we doing garden? First, it will help the family well-being. Nutrition-wise, it's important because we are lacking vitamins and minerals in our diet. If we plant and we have excess, now you can give it to your friend. Now you can sell some. But the primary reason, we have something for the family to consume. In this demonstration here, we're trying to demonstrate the fact that gardening is not only vegetables. Most people believe that gardening is vegetables. And in fact, our extension agent will tell you, do you want to start a home garden? And then you will say, yeah, okay. Then we'll bring you some Chinese cabbage seedlings and tomato. That's what gardening or home garden is all about. Now we're trying to tell everyone that no, gardening is about planting whatever crop you want. And if you will be seeing in here, we have vegetables, we have lettuce, we have cucumber, we have bitter melon, and then you have taros in between. You have yams, and then you have sakao. We're proving or we're promoting that gardening should be a combination of all of these, because in some cases when you try to promote gardening because it's a good activity for the family, it's not only like an activity that family members can enjoy together, but it provides you nutrition. Compost is the process of decomposition of materials that becomes humus and becomes a soil that's good for planting. When you do compost, you have to think of 2 main ingredients, and the 2 main ingredients are nitrogen and carbon. I'm standing here on top of a carbon source, which is readily available in pond base. This is coconut ash. When you do a compost, you pile this thing up, carbon source, and you put your nitrogen source, you put your carbon source, and you will seeing how this is done in these baskets. That is the 2 main ingredients for compost. People will tell you, oh yeah, you need air, you need a little bit moisture. Yes, you need those 2, but the main ingredient, if this is a cooking, these are the 2 main things. You have carbon and nitrogen. If you have access to manure, that's fine, use that. In our case, we did not use any manure. We just use carbon source, which is copra, coconut husk, and leaves and other grasses. To improve the chance or the quickness of your composting, you need to break down the coconut husk or your carbon source. We have a machine that actually chop this thing in smaller pieces. But if you don't have that, chop it like this size and then mix with your soil. Right here you see that this is one of our compost bin. We're planting already some vegetable here, and we will be planting like in other cases I will show you. We will have yam in the bags, in the baskets. Yam in the compost bin. So see, normally we plant yam in the soil. We're trying to show you that you can plant yam in the compost or in the bin right here. We're seeing spinach. We're just planting here. If you see this spinach elsewhere, it's been sold in the market. I've never seen a big leaf spinach like this. Why? Now it's big because it's right in the, see the composting down here? Can you see the materials being breaking down here? These are ready compost coming down, and we're planting. We're making the compost and the plants are using it. We'll continue making the compost and the plant will continue. We will next cycle we'll plant something else, but we continue to do the compost. So I think this is a smart idea. Instead of you go look for the source of compost, we will run out and you cannot garden anymore. This is what they call Hawaiian. It's unlike the other taro that we have, we will be seeing later, the Colocasia taro. This taro grows up and it shoots out. The shoots is the one that we people harvest. And now you see it looks really healthy because it's starting to feed on the compost, that is the materials that is being breaking down here. Okay, I'm showing you what we're doing here. In one small area like this, behind me you see the lettuce or the spinach. Then you have the sakao. Then you have the Colocasia taro. And then you have the Chinese, and then Chinese cabbage, and then you have eggplant. Okay, one of the things that we're trying to show people here is the fact that you can plant anywhere regardless of what. Earlier I say we don't care about soil fertility. We can make the soil fertile. Now sometimes people say, oh, I cannot garden here because there's too much water. It's a waterlogged. You cannot plant because the water will kill the plants. You see here we have ditches running all across here. So we don't have any problem with waterlogged here because of that. So you can plant anything, like I was telling you. In a very small area, we have so many things here. Now, I was showing you the yam in the basket. Okay, this is the way yam is planted. So, we bring to the garden the way we plant yam. We pulverize the soil, we make a mound, dig a hole and really make it fertile, and then plant it, and now it's growing. And usually, the stone over the mound here, it serves several purposes. One, it holds the soil together and they don't erode it. They don't wash away when it's raining. Number two thing, it keeps the soil moist. Also, at some time years before, we have the problem with snails. So this thing also help. Snail will not like to be traveling between these. Here I want to show that you plant Peter melon. When you plant Peter melon, these are vines. They have to trellis them. Now our compost bin, it serves as our compost bin, and it is our trellis also. And you see we've been harvesting from this from right here. And we've probably harvested more than 10 from this plant only. And like I said, this is a compost bin and it serves as our trellis. I think this is a good idea. If you see here, you have cucumber, you have eggplant, and then we also have sweet potato here. And this sweet potato, we will use it both as for leaf or as vegetable, and we will wait and harvest the tubers. So we've been harvesting from this cucumber for some time, and what I'm trying to show you, well, right now I am harvesting these two fruits, and this variety we're planting happen to be open pollinated. Okay, open pollinated, it means that basically you can cut this open, put the seed, get the seed out, dry them, plant. So open pollinated is plant again the seed, and the first generation. It looks small. If you're familiar with the other varieties like Mary Swallow and all, they're very long, but those are what they call hybrid. Hybrid are they are crossed between two varieties for a certain trait or characteristic. So usually the hybrids are bigger and larger, but I can tell you the open pollinated ones are smaller, but they're sweet, small and terrible. We've been collecting the seed from this and we'll be planting. So I think I like to end my presentation here. At some point we will be showing result of what we're doing. So far I am really positive and I'm really happy that we're trying to do this. When we